is full of them. I wrote this book because God is with you in your doubt. I wrote this book because I know what it feels like to doubt. I've been there. I wrote this book because countless others have been there too. I want you to hear their stories. I want you to see them as they wrestle, agonize, and eventually encounter God. And I want you to know that doubt isn't a destination, but a road to be traveled. Of course, by definition, the subject of doubt is incredibly difficult to explore. In many ways, I feel like the mosquito in the nudist colony. I'm not sure where to begin. But if you're willing to invest the time to explore with me, here's how the journey will unfold. In part 1, I'll start by thinking through the origin of doubt, chapter 1. Why is it such an enduring part of the human story? Why did God create the world this way? Then we'll take a closer look at doubt, chapter 2, defining it and seeking to understand its place in our lives. In chapter 3, we'll see how disruptive seasons of doubt can be. Then in chapter 4, I'll share some of my own story, how doubt has challenged and shaped my view of God. In part 2, I'll move on to 4 specific issues that create doubt in our lives. Scripture, chapter 5, science, chapter 6, suffering, chapter 7, and the silence of God, chapter 8. Finally, in part 3, chapters 9 through 11, I'll share vital and practical ways that we can grow through our doubts. It is my hope that by the end of this book, you'll see that doubt is not how faith ends, but how trust begins. Deep faith calls to us from the other side of agonizing doubt. Doubt can make your friendship with God more vulnerable, gritty, and alive. In fact, your doubt may be the very instrument that refines your faith so that only Jesus remains. And even if your faith fails, He never will. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we get there, let's begin with doubt itself. Where does it come from, and is it normal? Why are there so many unanswered questions in life? Part 1. Far from home, how we got here. Chapter 1. Knowing we don't know. Below the surface, we do not know. We shall never know why. We shall never know tomorrow. This mysterious wall round our world and our perception of it is not there to frustrate us, but to train us back to the now, to life, to our time being. John Fowles, The Aristos. Blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. Lavelle Drachman. The first step into something new often looks like trust, not clarity. I began to discover the meaning of those words when I packed up everything I owned and moved from Oregon to the jungles of Vanuatu. Never heard of it? Neither had I when my pastor invited me to go. It will be great, he said. You'll be teaching a group of college-age students who come from all over the country to learn. Impulsive, in my early 20s, and evidently ready for adventure, I said yes, then hurried to the store to pick up a map. I spent 45 minutes searching for Vanuatu. Assuming it was in Africa, my eyes scoured the continent. Finally, I realized Vanuatu was nowhere near Africa. It's a group of 82 islands in the South Pacific, about 750 miles from Fiji. Still totally clueless, I said my goodbyes and got on a plane, about to begin one of the most exciting and unforgettable seasons of my life. Weeks later, I sat around a fire with a group of new friends. Dominic, my friend Veer, asked, "Tell us something about America. What's an area you love to visit?" Several places immediately came to mind. The beach, Crater Lake, my favorite coffee shop I especially missed after months away. "I know," I said suddenly, "Disneyland." The moment I said it, though, I felt a stab of regret. I was in way over my head. Vanuatu was among the most primitive nations on Earth. If you ever have the chance to visit, it's like stepping into an issue of National Geographic. We lived in huts. No electricity, no running water. I had to learn a new language called Bislama. Bislama is an English-based Creole language that is extremely simple and descriptive. For example, the word slingshot, which they use for hunting, is elastic blong shootem pigeon. The word piano is even more flamboyant. Rather than using the single word piano, you would say something like, Hemi wan box, Wea got white teeth belong hem, Mo got black teeth belong hem. Mo, suppose you kill 'em teeth belong hem. Hemi sing.